fun experience with the customer.
You can have this one.
I've got so many, but today there were a Spanish couple. She didn't let me kiss.
Oh, you kissed her?
No, she kissed me. She let me kiss European way, you know, like
I
appreciation.
think we have to talk to HR.
Do you know any Busan stuff?
I'm not doing that. Of course, we have lager and IPA in it, but we like to use Korean ingredients to try and, I don't know, make something that's never been done before. Like the kimchi beer, the chocolate stick beer. So I think creative's a good one.
Hello everyone, I'm Mary. We came to a factory of the beer brand of Gorilla. So we are gonna visit the whole factory and we will ask the staff some questions, and also we are gonna find out the stories about this brand. So let's go inside and let's meet with Ryan, Wayne and Junseok, and we are gonna ask the Paul about the whole stories.
Oh, hey, I'm Ryan here at Gorilla Brewing. So explain what we do here. It's a little messy because I'm mid-work right now. But my main job is basically I make sugar and feed the yeast and try to make delicious compounds while I'm doing it. This is the brew house. So what we're doing right now is we're doing something called a sparge or a lautering. So we're running liquid from the grain into the kettle to boil it, to sanitize it and give it some flavors and stuff. I don't want to take you down there. It's too wet and kind of chemically right now, but I'm cleaning a tank at the moment to sanitize it ahead of time. And those are the fermenters where we make the beer. So basically I put sugar in there, I feed the yeast. Oh, that thing right there, that's a keg washer. So it's where I slave away all day to clean these things so I can fill them up later. This is a coupler. Basically they go on the top of this, connect it, and we can push the beer in and then gas comes out there. But the reverse, you push gas in here and the beer comes out. Did you turn that off, man? Can you close that valve on the top up there? Oh, turn the pump off too. No. Hit the button. The middle button on the bottom. Yeah. There you go. Cool. Yeah, it's been a while.
First time?
Yeah.
Go outside.
Yeah, let's go talk to Junseok. Good? You're going to edit this, right? Not put all the bad stuff in.
Yes, of course I am. How did you start to build a business in Korea?
Oh man, I don't know. It's a really hard. So I was a researcher in 2010, working for. I was a geological researcher, and I was doing a few other jobs too. And some friends and we started a homebrew club for Korean called Busan Union of Brewers or something. Busan Union of Brewers Pubs. And we also started a company called Galmegi. 2012 maybe. We opened a pub in Gwangali, and then eventually around the same time they changed the laws for making beer. So at the same time I was still doing a master's and PhD, we opened Galmegi. We turned it into a brewing company like this, but a lot smaller. And then not long after it opened, around 2013-14, I left the company, sold my shares back to some of the shareholders. And then in 2015, I decided I'd like to do it again. So the following year, I approached a couple of people that I was friends with who wanted to invest. And they'd mentioned that they wanted to invest before. And then I got some money from them and we started this. And we started in Gwangan. We had a small place at the end in Milakdong. And then quite quickly we grew. We moved to another place in the middle of Gwangan, big iconic pub and brew pub. And then in 2019 we moved here. So we took that building first. And then when we got the contract with CU, we took this place to make storage. And then we found a better way for storage, and we're going to turn this building into a distillery. So this distillery will be there and barrel storage all along the walls over there. So right now we're kind of cleaning out the things we don't need to keep in here.
So, may I ask why Gorilla? How did you find the name?
I hate this question because I answered it so many different ways so many times. And I think when I started this, I wanted something more powerful than Galmegi, which means seagull. At the time, we went with Gorilla because it's the same in English and Korean, and it's more powerful. So we went. That's
I can see the.
yeah, and the bin. Let's go upstairs and see Junsa, and you can interview him and find out lots of stuff about me. Hello. Yeah, he's my my Korean wife. They think I'm here all the time, but it's actually not me. It just looks like me.
Really?
You're just like dumping it over to me, right?
Well, I have to go downstairs and do something.
I'll start working downstairs.
No. She wants to ask you a couple of questions.
About satisfaction of me
Yeah,
working
job
here?
satisfaction.
No, I'm super nervous right now.
So your name is?
I'm Junseol. Nice to meet you. And I am administrator of this Gorilla Brewing Company at the moment. And yeah, I do most of the things that Paul asks me to do.
So you born and raised in Korea, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, so you're from Busan.
No, I'm from Incheon.
Incheon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very far away from here.
Yeah, it is. I kind of like ran away from my parents. The reason I chose Busan was more likely more of a idea that there's no connection from either of my family or my friends. Yeah, it was kind of an adventure for me to decide to live here.
So what is the most fun and most you when you work with a foreigner?
Different insight, I guess, a new perspective, like a new way of thinking, a new way of processing, way of decision.
Could you please show us a little bit around that?
No.
No.
No, I like.
Maybe just a little, like maybe there's some. I can see some like branding
This is kind of like my man cave at the moment.
main cave.
Just not to forget about things. So like there are so many invoices. Yup. Told me what? You want me downstairs? Okay. Yeah. I
think we go downstairs,
Yeah. Oh, super nice.
Sorry?
Did you take a look at the fridge?
Of course I will love it.
We have 60 around 26 kilos.
How is it going?
I'm nervous. Just need somebody to look at something or go to fixing something else.
I think I just was told that. How did you end up in Korea?
Oh, I mean, same as most foreigners. I was a teacher. Started home brewing, and then some other guys wanted to open a brewery. They liked my beer, and they tapped me to be the brewer. And that's what I've been doing.
So you love beer.
I do. It shows.
Keep bumping to the wall.
Thank you. It's coconut chips, right? You import the flavors or the ingredients, or you're using the Korean ones.
We have to import almost everything. There's a few ingredients you can get in Korea, but not many. So whatever we can get here, we get, but most of the ingredients are imported.
Must import the ingredients at first when you start, right?
So that's why we use other companies to do that for us. We can do it ourselves. It's a bit cheaper, but the paperwork needed with the Korean FDA means we'd have to hire somebody just to do that job. It's quite a lot of work. Yeah, for the most part, if you're going to manufacture something in the beginning, it's good to use a company that's importing it because then they'll deal with all the paperwork. Once you get big enough and you're bringing in lots of the same ingredient, then it's worth doing. But if you're trying to start small, then it's often easier to get other people to do those little jobs for you.
Could you please say something to followers watching this video?
Oh,
Some message.
Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed beer. Come try some Gorilla Brewing. It's excellent stuff.
humans won't die. Very soon we'll be able to reverse age, and it's possible you'll live forever, right? As can be viewed in my exceedingly youthful looks. Anyway, what would you do?
It's a tough question. I can't answer that without thinking about it more. I can't suspend my reality enough that that's possible. I can't work that into my mind.
How about you?
Well, my whole life plan is centered around immortality, so I already know what I would do. But I don't think I'd share it with you. This is Wayne. You've met Wayne, and Wayne's drinking beer. This is a testing session. Wayne's here to do the quality control. Wayne's doing a pairing thing where he's pairing eggs with a lager and some goguma. And you were having this one, double IPA. How was this?
It was perfect.
Good. This is the office we use to organize our F&B stuff, but we do a few other things for the main company here too, like beer tasting and pairing, so that we can use that in the restaurants. And these are the handprints of all the staff, which now that I think about it, could be interpreted as quite sinister that I'm collecting handprints of people.
My first day of work before it happens.
We've only got half your hand, which is perfect.
In my career.
Employee.
Part-time employee. What do you use to edit it?
Oh, that's a new employee. Hello.
What's his name?
Andy. That's Andy. He's one of the other shareholders.
Where are we going?
The beach bar.
To the pub.
To the pub.
Say what, sorry?
Send some message to the people that are watching this video.
If you want to open a business, be careful, but go for it. Look for good partners. Do your research, and best of luck.
So this is the pub.
Yep, this is the pub.
Location is perfect. 안녕하세요.
This is Selena. Yeah. What beer do you want?
I want to try that one with choco pie.
That's really strong though.
Really?
12%.
Really?
We have chopsticks out now, which is similar to the
That's the
chocolate.
can. Chocolate stick. So that's the Pepero Day one that we did?
Yeah.
And no.
Am I doing alone?
Maybe you can explain about how they feel.
So I actually started back in 2017 when we were in Busan. I was working as a manager.
It's almost 9 years.
Almost, yes. It's a long time ago. And I went back to Australia and then came back. I did other things. I kept in touch with Paul and Andy. And yeah, recently we joined the Gorilla, and I'm very happy to be here because I'm from Hyundai.
Oh, you're from
Yes,
Busan.
my hometown. Yeah, it's my hometown. I'm born and raised in Busan, and my house is just like 5 minutes drive from here. So yeah, it's nice to be at home, and the sun all the time.
So you're always working at the pub, or also you're working at the office too?
Oh yeah, I work in the office too, and I help him other events and stuff too. Yeah.
What is the best thing about Busan?
Busan, well, beach. I don't know how people live without beach. Yeah, the nice weather, warmest weather in Korea as well.
So how is working with the foreigners?
Yeah.
It's different than working with someone.
Well, I had experience of working overseas, so for me it's better. I can communicate well with them. I don't have to hide something. In Korean society, sometimes you cannot really tell things, but I can talk to
Directly.
them like, yeah, straightforward, which is nice. Yeah.
What was the question? I forgot.
How did you decide to build this business in this era, and how did you open this place?
In this area, that's interesting. A friend of a friend, his father owns this space, and they ran their own business, and they didn't do very well, so they were looking for ideas, and he offered it to me at quite a good price, so we came in, and that was about 3 years ago now.
So better to using the small places than bigger places at the first time? Or the
Not always,
people
not
building a
always.
business for the first time?
Not always. I think sometimes it's good to be a little bit ambitious, and I think when we did that place, it was ambitious, but it worked because at the time craft beer was booming, and we were the mecca for Busan. But when things like COVID happen and business is a little bit slower, then it really is hard to operate a big place like that. The reason we left the big place was because of the landlord issues. Eventually we're going to have something big like that again. Working on a huge project right now. So I think there is time to do that, but it's not always the right time. But having small little places in nice areas is always good because you've got high traffic. So it's easy to be busy as long as your product is good. Sorry?
How about 2026?
This year, we formed an F&B company middle of last year. So we're slowly moving all of our businesses into the F&B company. And the plan is by the end of this year, we want to have at least 10 bars, 3 more in Busan. And then I'd like to have at least 1 in Seoul by the end of the year. Maybe 1 in Daegu. I don't know.
Maybe.
No plans, but why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Obviously, we're really creative at Gorilla. Of course, we have lager and IPA in it, but we like to use Korean ingredients to try and, make something that's never been done before. Like the kimchi beer, the chocolate stick beer. So I think creative's a good one for us, cultural. And then I like to think we're world class. That's the big thing. We've won so many awards for beers, and not always appreciated, but that's what I think we should be remembered as. Yeah.
Maybe we can check the flavors because I want to hear their stories too.
I don't have stories for everything, but we can.
Okay.
After you. Yeah, do you want to go through all of these or do you want to look at the cans?
Check the cans.
Okay. It was his wedding beer. And that was the first beer that we really made together. We made that in my apartment leading up to his wedding, and then we served it for the guests at the wedding. And eventually became this beer. This is a double IPA. So we like to play around with these hoppy beers like the New England IPA. This has won so many awards. It won the Brew Asia Best New England IPA and the Best Overall IPA in show a couple of years ago. So that was a beer that we collaborated with a hop company on to begin with. And that's available in CU along with this one in CU. This is also a sour beer. We made that with the aquarium in Busan. We use blue spirulina in that and tonka beans and passion fruit. This is one of these exciting beers we like to make. And then that's this one. Imperial Stout, 12%. The end.
For the business owners who want to make a collaboration with the other Korean brands, do you have any advice or tips?
No. It depends what the business is. I mean, I think collaboration's good if you can make your brand better or learn something from the other collaboration partner. Or if you have similar marketing goals. But if it's just gimmicky to try and do something to do something, and I think that happens a lot, I think it's not worth doing. One person is cheapening their brand, I think, generally. And it's not good to cheapen your brand eventually. It might be nice in the beginning, but I think craft beer is in a very bad place right now. The sales aren't good for most companies, many companies closing. And the reason is because people did a lot of meaningless collaborations and high sales, they did well, and then eventually it dies. So I wouldn't advise it. Gorilla's 10 years old now. And if you asked me 10 years ago, where would we be now? I thought we would be a lot bigger, but also I didn't expect COVID. I think we cannot survive alone. We have to help grow the industry, and the industry's been pretty bad lately. So part of the mission for the next 10 years would be to help regrow that industry and get back to kind of where we were headed before COVID happened. So I think we'll be, of course we'll manufacture, but we'll also spend a lot of time working on food and beverage and improving the places that people can go to drink good craft beer. Plus we'll launch a whiskey with our beer, you know, made in our factory. So I think that's going to change us a little bit too. Asia's number one in 5 years. In 5 years. We may be already there.
I have a few last questions. So it's gonna be this or that kind of question.
It's going to be quick?
It's gonna be so quick.
Okay.
Soju or beer?
I agree with you, somek.
Somek?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite somek
Ratio?
style? Yes.
I let other people mix it. Yeah. I'm a drinker, not a mixer.
Because you're from Busan, right?
Yeah.
So Haeundae beach or Gangwon beach?
Wow. Gwangali. Always been my place, Gwangali. Yeah.
Spicy food or salty food?
Spicy.
Spicy?
Yeah.
So which level?
What's the top level?
Like ondak?
Not that high. Are we going ramyeon types? Then Shin ramen. Yeah.
Busan, Satori or just the standard Korean?
Wow. Let's say Busan
Busan?
to make people happy.
Do you know any Busan Satori?
I'm not doing that.
You're not doing that?
Not today.
What is your one sentence advice for the other foreigners watching this video who want to start their own business?
Wow. One sentence?
One sentence.
I want to be positive and say something like never give up. I cannot do positive. Be ready to lose everything. I think that's positive, right? You should know that, like, even if you're successful, you'll lose everything. So you have to be ready for that. Like, everything will change. Hi, I'm Paul. Thanks for listening. That was my story. Next time you're in Busan, come and say hello. Bye-bye.